Hey everybody, I'm Becky Adams. Thank you for stopping by my YouTube channel today. Today I have a layout share for you. I have about, I think, 12, 13 layouts here that are ready to go into albums, and I just wanted to flip through them real quick and show you what I've created in the last month or so. I know that a lot of you love layout shares. That's your favorite type of videos, so I'm trying to do them a little more frequently. So this is a project that I created for the Hip Kit club design team using the May 2021 kit. It has products from a lot of different manufacturers. I used 2 photos on this layout of me and my oldest son, and then 2 embellishment clusters. So I've got one up here in the right and then one down here on the left before or below the photo to create kind of a diagonal line across the page. And in that diagonal line I've got my photos and my journaling, and the title's a little bit further out, but by adding this yellow butterfly, that kind of brings it back in so that it's within my line of design, I guess. The other thing that I did on this layout is some hand stitching. So I've got hand stitching in each of these flowers. I just used my paper piercer and did a quick back stitch along the lines of the flower die cuts. And then I also did some hand stitching here along the stripes on the background. This is a project that I did for Hip Kit as well, and I believe this is using the April kits. Honestly, this is not my favorite project. I'm not even sure what I don't like about it. I think maybe that it's just, it doesn't have a lot of color. I think is probably why I have a hard time with it. But not every single project that you make is going to be perfect and your absolute favorite. I like this one. I am definitely going to keep it, and I like the story that it tells. So, okay, that one will go into my album. This one is a project that I did just for fun using the Simple Vintage Lemon Twist collection. This is one that when you see it pop up in the stores, you want to grab it right away, because I know that it will not last. It will be sold out very quickly as soon as it's in stores. A couple of fun things on this one is I used just a 1-inch circle punch to punch out paper from the 6x8 paper pad, and that's how I created the scallop border. Just cut those in half and adhered them along the sides of these teal strips. The other thing is just there's a little pop of hand stitching right up there in the corner, and I love the title of Sweet Sunshine, because let me tell you, if there is ever sunshine, it's these 2 sweet girls. There is a full process video of this project on my YouTube channel. I talk about making these flowers, which were a lot of fun, and kind of making these kinds of flowers used to be way popular back in the day, and I think it's so fun that it's kind of circling back around, because I had a lot of fun with these, and I love the button accents. I mentioned this in the process video, but my sewing machine, I don't even know what happened, but it messed up the stitching horribly on this project. And you know, this project has such a homemade kind of a country feel to it, and I thought that the wonky stitching just kind of added to that, and so I kept it, and I love this one. I love the story that it tells as well. So this is a project I did inspired by one of the sketches in the most recent Ellie Studio sketch to finish class. This is an Ellie Studio cut file as well. I'm a contributor to that class, so I'll leave all of the information in the description box below, but it's an amazing class. I had so much fun creating my projects, and then the projects that my fellow designers created are absolutely amazing. So this one is just 5 things I love about my husband, and then I've got some hand stitching over here around the 5. There is it's kind of hard to see on camera, but there's an acetate, I think is the word I'm looking for. There's an acetate number 5 there, and I just stitched around it to make it stand out a little bit more. This is a project I did for Simple Stories using the Howdy collection. This collection is absolutely darling. I wish I had 100 photos to use with this collection because it is so cute. One of my, I think probably my favorite feature on this layout is this hand-stitched title. This is, I think they call it their Paige pieces. Anyway, they're larger die cuts that come with each collection, and they are so fun to stitch around. I just take that die cut to the store with me wherever I'm purchasing embroidery thread, and just match the threads, and then I stitched around each letter. I will say that if you're going to do that, I would adhere it to a piece of white cardstock, because it's not a very thick die cut, and I did rip the die cut in a couple little places when I was stitching with it. So if I were to do this again, I would adhere that to a piece of cardstock and then stitch around it, and then just fussy cut around the edge so it's back to the die cut. But having that extra bulk would be really beneficial if you're going to stitch around those. So 2 3x4 photos. I love that gold trim again, and then there is some hidden journaling just on a tag there behind some of the embellishments. So here's another project that I did for Hip Kit, the Hip Kit Club. This is with the May 2021 kits. Lots of Pink Fresh Studio products on here, and lots of stitching. One of the challenges that I was given to create this project is I had to use stitching and a rainbow. And so I stitched the rainbow, and I love how this one comes together. I think it fits together perfectly on this diagonal design. You'll notice my photo, my title, and my journaling all fall within that diagonal design, and that carries your eye right to the photo. This is a fun project that I did. I believe this was my first project for the Just Knit design team. And it uses the half rainbow cut file. And then the other products I used are from the Coco Vanilla Studio Sunkissed collection. By far, again, guys, I love hand stitching. I think that will always be, like when I say my favorite part of this layout, like it's probably going to be hand stitching if it's on there. Other than the photos, because of course the photos are the best. But yeah, so I did some stitching on this one with just coordinating embroidery thread. I did the same thing with this collection. I took one of the die cuts that had all the colors in the collection to the craft store with me, and that's how I get the embroidery thread that matches perfectly. So this is a fun one that has a full process video here on my YouTube channel. This is using the new Bella Boulevard, I think it's called Candy Girl collection. I'm not positive. I know it's got candy in the title, but I'll make sure it's linked in the description box. I love how this one ties together. So I've got 3 clusters of circles, and then I tied them together. Up here it's tied together with that bunting die cut, and down here it's tied together with my lavender journaling strips. And then in the center of my embellishments, you will find the title, the photo, and the journaling. So your eye is carried around the page in kind of that visual triangle, but mostly focusing right there on that cute little photo of my niece. So let me show you. Whoops. Okay, so this one is a project that you'll find in the summer issue of the Scrapbook and Cards Today magazine. You can find that digitally or order a physical copy from their website. You can also get a copy from scrapbook.com. I have 2 projects in there. One is in the Reader's Gallery, and the other one is this project that is I can't remember the name of the column, but they send the same supplies to 3 designers, and those designers create projects, and then it's really fun to see how different each project looks using the same supplies. So my assignment was to create a double page spread, and so I used black cardstock background and then layered some white on top of that, and then used a lot of pattern paper for strips on the edges, but then also for embellishments. And again, I've got some hand stitching details around each of those circles. I also added just a couple of buttons. The other products, let's see, the pattern papers are from Amy Tangerine. The puffy stickers are from Pink Fresh Studio, and these other stickers are from Photoplay. Anyway, so that's a really fun project that you should check out in the summer 2021 issue of Scrapbook and Cards. Scrapbook and Cards Today, excuse me. So this project is one of my favorites. I really like how this one came together. This one is using the Slice of Summer collection by Echo Park, and specifically I wanted to use these chipboard frames. Echo Park has recently started carrying chipboard frames with some of their collections, and this is the first collection that I could get my hands on that had the chipboard frames. So I used them in 3 different ways on this layout. This one over here in the corner, I just backed it with pattern paper and layered stickers and chipboard on top of it. This one I put a tag popping out of it and then added some stickers. And this one, it's probably kind of hard to see on camera, but there is a layer of vellum behind that chipboard frame, and then I adhered that to, I believe it's a cut apart card from the Slice of Summer collection. So on this project, I really like how this embellishment cluster up here is tied together with the chipboard banner, and then of course I couldn't help myself. I had the perfect pom-pom trim to go with it, so I added that together like it was tying the pieces to the banner together, and then added some red buttons to either side of it. My journaling up there on the top. This isn't your typical summer project. I have all the details, I get more details about the story behind this project over on my Instagram, which I always have linked in the description box. If you don't follow me over there, I'd love to have you over on my Instagram, in my Instagram community as well. All right, last but not least, I have this project that is probably my most recent hip kit project that I will have shared at this point. This one I honestly really struggled with. My son passed away on the 4th of July in 2018, so I don't really have the photos or the story or the desire to do like a 4th of July celebration project. And this project went up on the Hip Kit blog on the 4th of July. So the challenge for this project was to create a layout with stars and stripes, which I did. It is just not... it's just not a holiday project. So I've got the stripes and I've got the stars. I layered them. I punched either 3 or 4 stars out of pattern paper and stitched them together. So there's lots of dimension here under or on those stars. And then I stitched a piece of coordinating pattern paper to create stars and stripes at the top of the page. I did another project with a similar kind of sketch for Scrapbook and Cards. I believe it was for International Scrapbook Day. Anyway, but I love how that one turned out, and I just tweaked it a little bit and made it work for this project too. And even though it isn't holiday themed, I tell a fun summer story and use those stars and stripes. So anyway, thank you so much for stopping by today. Thank you for spending part of your day with me here on my YouTube channel. If you haven't done so already, I would love to have you as a new subscriber. You just hit that subscribe button and then hit the bell notification so that you will be notified whenever I upload a new video. I upload a new video every Sunday, and then usually 1 or 2 throughout the week. Anyway, so that wraps up this layout share. Thank you again for stopping by, and I'll see you again soon.